I love beer, huh? Watching the reboot of it. I'm waiting for people to come in here. See? Give people a couple minutes to get in. I always do like 2 or 3 minutes early to get people in here. I actually have a lot of questions today. So 4 or 5 really good ones. About 12 questions total. Yeah, cool. I like collecting all these questions. Give like 2 or 3 minutes, and then I'll get into it. What's up, Steve? Cheers, everybody. Wednesday. All right, so some of the questions I'm going to be going over that I got from Instagram is some good pairings with lesser ball pythons. What's up? What's up, Mike? What's a good incubator? Is it necessary to buy an incubator? How am I going to handle my – what's up, Scales? Nothing much, Beaver. How am I going to handle my growth from 2 clutches to 10 clutches next year? How to start breeding for beginners. I am a beginner, so I don't know how to answer that one. I'll try. Are you done buying snakes? Is it cruel to breed spiders? Tub-sized babies to adults? Did I have issues with my males coming off feed when I was pairing? Yes. What do I do in my free time besides snakes and being a cop? It's a little intrusive, Mike. That's all right. What's going on, everybody? Should I buy breed ready, or should you raise them up? Mature females this season, how many am I going to have? And my female to male ratio. Hey, what's up, Flat Mountain? Everything's doing well. Yeah, I had to do it a little later today. Normally I like to do around 8:30, but unfortunately, the Brooklyn, New York City traffic is back. It took me 30 minutes from my precinct to the belt, and then from the belt to Southern State, like 40 minutes, which is ridiculous. But it is what it is. It goes to territory. All right, so at 9:15, in 1 more minute, we'll get into it. I'll do it now. Fuck it, right? So if you guys have any more questions, like just type them in there now. So one of the questions they ask is, what's a good pairing for lesser ball pythons? Now, a lot of people don't like lesser because it seems to like drown out the actual like pattern or whatever snake you're working with. Like, so a lot of people like the crisp, like nice lines. I totally get that. You know, with clown or stuff like that, it kind of takes away from the whole look of the snake. But that being said, I think there's like beauty in all different types of snakes. So I really do actually like butter clowns or lesser clowns. So good pairings is pretty much anything that you like that looks good for it. People always ask this question, like, what's a good pairing for certain genes? And honestly, it doesn't matter what I think a good pairing is. It's what you think, right? It's whatever pairing you like. Some people don't like lesser. Some people don't like butter. I like lesser and banana. I like lesser and clown. Some people don't. Now, what's a good incubator? And is it necessary? So if you're here, you probably follow. What is my biggest ball? My biggest ball python is Big Mama. She put it this way: she laid her clutch of 12 eggs, 11 eggs, and still weighed 2,700 grams. So normally she was about 4,100. She laid 30 days ago, and she was 2,700 grams, and she's about 3,200 right now. She put on 500 grams in about a month. I have a butterfly head clown. Oh, nice. I like GHI clowns. I got to get some. So a good incubator, and is it necessary? So if you follow my channel, you're here now, you probably know I cooked my first clutch. I actually bought a homemade incubator from somebody, and it's not that anything was wrong with the equipment. I tried to add a fan to it, and I cooked my clutch. So it really is just like a wine cooler, not a wine cooler, like a wine fridge that was converted into an incubator, and ultimately I fried that clutch. So I'm going to go to Sea Serpent's hot box, the 48-inch one, which holds like 30 clutches in 6-quart tubs. So in my opinion, I did a whole video on this on Monday, I think it was, with equipment for snakes. I think it's imperative to have better equipment, have the equipment ready for your snakes, because then it frees up your ability to purchase new snakes whenever you want. You have a rack system ready to go. And I got the 40 tubs in there with ARS. Only about half of them are filled right now. However, if I find a snake that I want, I can just buy it and throw it in there or throw it in the quarantine rack for us, right? I don't have to worry about getting equipment, where if you had to worry about getting equipment, like, oh, I want this snake, but I don't have room for it, that's a big problem. When it comes to an incubator, I'm going to buy a professional one, because next year, we'll get into the next question. I'm going to have like 10 clutches ready to go. I'm not trying to fry those clutches anymore. It's detrimental to my breeding project and the snakes also, right? You're putting your snakes through all that stress and the mothers of not eating and growing the follicles and growing the eggs and then laying the eggs, and for you just to cook them in some homemade incubator. I know people swear by the homemade incubators. I get that. I respect that. But unfortunately, I'd rather get a I'd rather get a professionally made one. So I'm going to go with the sea serpent hot box. Yeah, I cuddle. I think it's just you're better off, right? I think the sea serpent hot box, what I'm looking at, is like 1250 plus shipping, so maybe 1700. Yeah, I sell my. I do. I have one for sale right now. That's it. That's on my morph market. But I should have my first clutch should hatch in another 2 weeks, another 3 weeks, and they'll be up there too. So this question is actually from my boy Frankie, who lives downstairs in my basement apartment. How am I going to handle the growth from two clutches, well, really one clutch, to 10 clutches next year? And this is a two-part answer, I guess you could say. So the first thing is I'm going to buy a hatchling rack from ARS. It's the 1065, I believe. It holds 65 other hatchling tubs. So I'm going to have that on standby, ready to go. That way, if I do have 10 clutches and I have 60 eggs, I'll have enough room for them. The second thing I'm going to do is I'm going to have that big incubator ready to go. This season, although it was like my first introductory season, trying to figure out what I'm doing, I was prepared, but I wasn't prepared, right? I had like the small hatchling rack, which is like kind of a quarantine rack, and I had this shitty homemade incubator. So this season, going into it, I'm going to be all prepared for my 10 clutches. What do you mean a video on Morph Market? Like for the advertisement or to talk about my Morph Market? I think so, Royal. So I have a few snakes. Like I just fed some of my hatchlings, and when I first got the high intensity orange dream yellow belly fire clown girl, she wouldn't eat at all. It was really difficult to get her to eat. But now that I stuck to it, she's hammering mice left and right. It's like the 22nd or the 23rd of July, Flat Mountain. I haven't decided yet when I'm going to cut them. I'll take a look at them. No, it's up. I actually cuddle. I have it up and running. My Morph Market Go Blue Line Morphs. I have it on my Instagram. Go to my Instagram channel. I have the link in there where you can go check that out. There's only one snake. It's just a spied male. It's just a white wedding, a breed ready white wedding male. What else we got? How do you start breeding ball pythons for beginners? Well, let's be honest. I'm a beginner, right? Everybody knows that. Yeah, go for it, Royal. Because listen, some ball pythons are picky eaters. They go on feed, they go off feed, left and right. You know, it is what it is. I've had snakes go through times where they will hammer rats every 3 days if I give it to them. And I've had that same snake come off food for 2 months. Like my one normal pied female, she stopped eating at 650 grams. Just stopped. Like 3 months. And I was getting really nervous. I plan on breeding her my second season. And lately she's been hammering rats, like two a week, two smalls a week. And she's up to like 10, I think 1,050 grams. So listen, if you like the snake, get the snake. Don't be in a rush to get it to breed size, right? Just because it's a picky eater. So what? You got to take 3 seasons opposed to 2 seasons. I'd rather wait those 3 seasons and have the snake I want than have a breed ready female in 2 seasons that I really don't want, right? So if you like it, get it. It's that simple. So how do you start breeding for beginners? Well, I'm going to give you the best piece of advice I can give. I'm still a beginner. I technically, right, if you think about it, I'm not a ball python breeder. I've killed everything. Nice, bro. I'm a big turtle guy. I was always a big turtle guy. My goal is to make enough money off snakes to buy Galapagos tortoise. That's my goal. Be like redline pythons. So my biggest piece of advice when you're first starting off breeding ball pythons is have a plan, have genes you want to work with, and stick to those genes. So in the beginning, I just ran amok. When I decided I wanted to breed ball pythons, I was just buying shit left and right. I think it's day 53 or 54 Flat Mountain, give or take. Yeah, I think they were hatched like early morning June 1st. What was I saying? So in the beginning, when I decided I want to breed ball pythons, I was just buying anything I get my hands on, and I was just buying a plethora of things that had no really rhyme or reason. My biggest piece of advice if you're going to start breeding ball pythons, again, I'm a beginner myself, so take that with a grain of salt, is to pick what you want to work with. So have a plan in place. No, I want to work with pies. I want to work with clowns. I want to work with puzzle. I want to work with coral glow and banana. So that's my biggest piece of advice for new ball python breeders. Again, I'm a new ball python breeder, is to pick a goal, pick a road you want to go down, and stick to that road and stick to that goal. Don't just buy a bunch of different shit like I did. I was able to hone in all the stuff I did purchase into different projects. I got lucky. Like kind of bought stuff that kind of coincided with each other. But now I really narrowed my focus, got tunnel vision on the certain genes I want to work with, and I'm buying according to that. How small is small? Oh, late 2018, and she's 250 grams. That's real small, dude. Why not? I mean, if you like the snake, you like the snake, bro. What's the big deal? If you start buying snakes just because you want to breed them, like, let's see what else we got. Am I done buying snakes? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Again, if you follow the channel, late April, I owned 9 ball pythons. They were good, nice snakes, but I only owned 8 or 9, right? I had like 5 clutches coming next year, 4 clutches coming next year. I'm up to 22 now, and I'm not stopping. So, purple passion pies. There you go. See, I like that. Have a goal. My ultimate goal is to have an exantic clown pie, so like a lightning clown pie or a lightning pied clown, lightning clown pie, whatever you want to call it. It's actually an exantic clown pie. That's what I want. I think they'll look. I think they'll look so sick. Um, no, I'm not done buying snakes. I have another 18 tubs open in my ARS rack, and I plan on buying another ARS rack on top of that hashing rack and having that filled by next year. By next year, this time next year, I plan on having 80 snakes. Yeah, I did a video about buying professional. Actually, I didn't do a video about buying professional. I did equipment for snakes, but in my opinion, dude, listen, I'm not very crafty. My dad's a GC, so he's good at building stuff. I am not. I did not inherit that gene. But people swear by homemade stuff, and I totally respect that. And I know big time breeders and some big time guys that have all homemade stuff. But I had a few conversations with some other big time breeders, and they all kind of stressed me like, "Hey, listen, you can make your own shit, and that's great. But eventually, you're going to switch over to professionally made stuff if you plan on going big. And so to me, I'd rather just cut out that step. That's why I am. I have the means to do that. I have the financial backing for myself. So, in my opinion, what I like to do is I'm going to buy the professionally made ARS racks or Freedom Breeder racks to start with, rather than making stuff that eventually switching over anyway. Yeah, I black out, Flat Mountain. I blacked out. Is it cruel to breed spiders? It's in the other room, brother. If you go to my Instagram page, I have we go to the other videos on my YouTube. I'm literally standing. All my videos, the last like 15, I'm standing in front of my rack system and my banner. That's my rack behind me. It's an ARS 5540. It's 10 levels high, 4 across. Is it cruel to breed spiders? So I like spider. I like spider a lot. I like spider on a lot of different combinations. I own 3 spiders right now. I have a girl. I have the normal spider you saw, I think I introduced last video. She's an older, I think she's like 7 or 8 years old. She's like 1,800 grams, normal spider, just a regular spider. She's awesome. She actually just ate again. Right. Well, I'm going to get into that, Flat Mountain, because I agree with you. I like the Freedom Breeder racks. ARS racks, like the poor man's version of the Freedom Breeder racks. I like either or. Anyway, so I love spider. I have that normal big spider. She's great. She's fantastic. I have my spider clown girl who still can't get to eat. What's up, ballers? So I'm trying to get her to eat. Then I just picked up another snake. I did an unboxing video. I'm going to post either Friday or Saturday. I haven't decided yet. She's an Orange Dream Yellow Belly Pastel Fire. No, shit, sorry. Orange Dream Yellow Belly Pastel Spider 100% het puzzle girl. She's gorgeous. And the way, I like banana spiders. The way she looks, she's like yellow and white with like a small pattern from spider. She's amazing. And I love puzzle spiders. So here's the thing. I don't have her yet. She's in Colorado. She's still in Colorado right now. I'm waiting to get her shipped over. He's an older gentleman between the COVID thing and all this other shit. She's not here yet. She's the killer. You talking about the killer leopard clown pie girl? Yeah, she's still in Colorado. She's in Denver. Probably smoking weed with him or something. But I don't have her yet. But trust me, she's mine. She's paid for it. So, what are they saying? So the thing with spiders, right? All the info. I want a calander so bad. I want a calander so bad. There was one for sale in Morph Market like 6 months ago. It was like a 3,500 gram calander, and a female. I didn't pull the trigger on it for like $400. I'm pissed. It was so cool. I want one of those just for like a pet. I love them. So, we all know spider has like the neurological disorder, right? They have like neurological issues. They have that wobble in their head, and sometimes they're like inverted and they're a little like loopy, a little dumb. So here's my opinion on spider, having had a few spiders so far. You have to be aware that though it's a ball python, it's going to act differently than your other ball pythons. So as long as you're aware of the fact that this one needs special care or special treatment or is going to act slightly different than your other ball pythons, you're fine, right? People breed pugs, they breed bulldogs, they breed French bulldogs. People that breed dogs, they have all these different species of dogs that have health issues. Like, English bulldogs can't give birth on their own. They have to have C-sections, right? I think the same thing with French bulldogs. So all these animals have these birth defects that we've kind of bred into them, but yet we still breed them. For some reason, people go nuts over spider. As long as you acknowledge the fact that spiders, maybe they strike a little bit different right now. I've seen some real bad wobble. My girls really don't have any wobble. Actually, I have four right now, right? I have the normal spider, the spied white wedding male, the head puzzle girl, and then the clown spider. None of them really have what up, brother. So none of them really have that bad a wobble. The spide's a little iffy, but as long as you acknowledge the fact that these snakes might be a little loopy, they might need special treatment, or you have to treat them slightly different than your other ball pythons, I don't see any reason with it. Okay, it's not like the animal's suffering. They live long, happy, healthy lives, right? Like with my three spider girls, they all strike fine. My one white wedding that's for sale, sometimes he'll strike and miss. I know that. So now I feed him only frozen thawed, and I hold it steady for him opposed to live. It's really that simple. As long as you acknowledge the fact that your spider snakes may need special treatment or may need certain things that are a little bit different, like for hides. I notice my spiders are real shy, so they like their hides. I make sure they have hides. I don't see any reason with breeding spiders at all. Tub size from babies to adults. Okay, so when I first got that high-end clown girl, that high-intensity orange dream yellow belly fire clown girl from Ozzy, I had her in. I hate to say it, but I trust Ozzy. I put her right in my rack, right? And she wasn't eating. I love the clown spider, bro. I love the clown spider. Yeah, no, I'm with you. I just fed that new spider girl I got Flat Mountain. I got it from my old biology teacher. She's eaten two small rats in like 5 or 6 days. Just aggressive. So they open that tub, she's ready to go. I love her. I love that snake. I love spiders. So what the hell is the question? Tub size. So when I put that new clown right into the bigger tub, she was eating. So I will say this: when I get the new hatchlings, like 150 grams and under, 170 grams and under, I put them in a 6-quart tub by themselves, and I put them side by side in my sea serpent rack. What are you doing, Shelby? Two 6-quart tubs can fit side by side in my sea serpent rack. So that's how I put my 170 under. Once they reach about 185 grams, 190 grams, I will move them into my ARS rack. Like that one clown girl, the normal clown that I got from Harlem, I moved her into that 5540 rack recently, and she's good. All my snakes are in the 5540 rack right now. I won't lie, Big Mama, even at her, Big Mama's only like 3,100 grams, 3,200 grams right now. She was 4,100 grams before she laid. She was in that 5540 tub. She seems fine in it. It is a little small, so I'd like to get her into a bigger tub. So in my opinion, I do my snakes up to about, I guess, about up to 200 grams. They stay in a 6-quart tub. Then I move them over to the 5540 tub, which is 33.5 inches long by 9 inches wide, 5 inches high. Now, if they're a little bit smaller in those tubs, I put hides in them and I upgrade the hides along the way. Rob from Mesa Reptiles actually left me hide. I have some that are this small, some that are this small, some are this big. I upgrade the hide accordingly, just because the snake's a little smaller in that tub, they'll have something to feel more secure with. But once the snakes are like 1,500, 2,500 grams, I don't have a hide in there anymore. So I would like to upgrade Big Mama. So I kind of keep my snakes in three tub size increments. 6-quart tub for my babies, from 200 grams up to like 2,500, 3,000 grams, and 5540. Then once they get over 3,000 grams, I will like to eventually get some of the 70 series tubs to put the big snakes in there. Did I have any issues when I paired up my males and not eating? Yes. So I paired up my banana pie to both my white diamond and Big Mama. Yeah, Steve. Actually, I switched over recently to frozen thaw. Like I kind of mix it up. Once a week, I feed live. I offer my snakes food twice a week. If they have a big meal on Wednesday, I don't offer on the weekend. What I like to do is like on Saturday, I'll give a nice big live meal, and then on Wednesday, I'll give a smaller frozen thawed meal just to kind of keep them going. If I see they're getting chubby, like my pastel anti pie girl is starting to get a little thick, a little chunky, so she's gonna take 2 weeks off of eating to kind of like mellow her out. She's like 1,300 grams right now, so we're going to slow her down a little bit. But I'm trying to switch over to frozen thawed a little bit more. That way I can keep the food on deck. So when I started pairing up my banana pie, no, you know what's funny, Iron? I did a video last night that I was going to post tonight had I got stuck in overtime at work. But I did a video talking about I have two other species of ball python. I got a bow and a retic. I did a whole video introducing both of them. I'm going to post that, I think, on Saturday. So stay tuned for that. A retic's a monster. And, well, I know, dude, I want to come up badly, Baller. I mean, first it was like the COVID shit, right? Then it was the riots. Now it's 4th of July. I promise you, I'm taking a trip up. I actually want to take a trip up with my friend. They want to go to Country Kitchen. So what was I saying? So, yeah, I paired my banana pied male to both Big Mama and my Super Russo, my white diamond, my Bell. and he was hammering rats. He went from 350 grams to 1,100 grams in like 7 months. But once I paired him up with them, he shut down with me for 3 months. He hasn't been paired up in about 2 months, and he just started eating ago about a month ago. So he shut down for 3 months when I paired him up. It took about a month of not being paired up for him to start eating again. So I wouldn't say it's an issue. I mean, he didn't lose any weight. He went from like 1070 grams to like 1020 grams, lost 50 grams over that 4 month span, which I guess to be expected once you're pairing him up. So not really problems. They did get back on food, but he did shut down for a little bit. So this is from Mike from Redline Pythons, my buddy. Good evening. What's up, bro? Just curious what size rat you feed according to weight of a snake. No, not according to weight. So the rule of thumb, really the rule of thumb, right? If you know what the rule of thumb stands for, you get this. The thickest part of your snake is how thick the rat can be. Well, like I was just saying, I'm switching over to a different. So, for example, Big Mama can take probably a small large, if you will. She's about this thick, but she can take a decent sized meal. But what I do on Saturdays is I feed her a slightly smaller meal than what she could take down live. And then on Wednesdays tonight, I'll feed her a small rat. I feed them twice a week. I just keep track of their weight and how they look. So I don't base it upon the weight of the snake because you might have some snakes that are 4 feet long, weigh 1,500 grams. You got a 2.5 foot snake that weighs 1,500 grams. They're going to be a different type of thickness of snake. So I go by how thick the actual snake is according to how I feed. What's up, Snake and Things? So what do I do in my free time when I'm not taking care of my snakes and I'm not quote unquote hunting bad guys, which I'm not doing anymore? Well, I got the shirt on. I powerlifted for years. Not years, like 3, 4, 5 years. I trained to competitively powerlift. I don't do that anymore because I'm old and whatever. I still work out every day. I still like to train heavy just for like an ego thing, I guess. I like to maybe I'll bench again in competition. I was getting pretty good at bench. I was closing in on a real good bench, but that kind of got shut down with work and so forth and so on. So my free time, I like to hang out. I'm really low key. Like I've had my fun going to bars and getting hammered at bars. Like don't get me wrong, I do it, but I'm a big advocate of a cigar, a little bit of whiskey, a fire pit, my dog, a couple good friends, and just hanging out. That being said, I like to work out all the time. Buying breed ready snakes, or do you prefer to raise them up? Okay, so I did a whole video on what you should buy, either breed ready, subadult, or babies. And I also did a video on why you shouldn't buy breed ready females. With that being said, 2 weeks ago I bought a breed ready female. I bought that Orange Dream Fire Girl. I took a chance on it for $650. She's 2,300 grams. I mean, it's Baker. It's not that hard to spell. I'm just fucking with you. You spelled my name right, Baker. Like baking a cake. Baker. So here's my opinion on that when it comes to buying breed-ready females. There's a few reasons why someone could get rid of what's up, Bushwick? Sounds like I see it. There's a few reasons why somebody could be getting rid of a breed-ready female. I'm gonna give you the one positive one. The one positive one could be simply it's no longer needed for the collection, right? For me, I have this Orange Dream Fire female. I'm going to breed my Coral Glow Black Pastel Trick Mojave male, right? Let's say I produce a female that's Orange Dream Fire, Orange Glow. Sorry. Let's say I produce a female out of that pairing that's Orange Dream Fire, Coral Glow Black Pastel. I'm going to raise her up. Once she's ready to go, I'm going to sell off that Orange Dream Fire, right? I probably don't need her anymore because I have a better female. She almost became obsolete for my project. So if you catch somebody selling a female that you trust, that's just like, hey, look, I don't need this female anymore because I replaced her with something better, then by all means, buy that breed-ready female. Message me on Instagram. I'll send you the link to the guy that did the logo. So if they don't need that breed-ready female anymore because they're obsolete, by all means, buy it. With that being said, I prefer to kind of raise my snakes up on my own. So I know the snake. I know how old they are. Because God forbid you buy like a 700-gram like snake. And they're like, oh, yeah, it's a 2-year-old snake or a year-old snake. Meanwhile, it's 4 years old and maybe it's a really bad eater. Maybe it had some issues. You know what's wrong with it. Oh, let me get back to the adults. People could be getting rid of the adults because they're terrible eaters and are older snake, right? They could be getting rid of them because they keep locking up with snakes, but they're giving small clutches, 3, 4 eggs, or maybe they keep producing slugs. They give two good eggs and then 10 slugs or some shit. That's the other reason why people can get rid of it. So you got to ask yourself, why are they getting rid of the breed-ready females? If they're getting rid of it because it's obsolete to the project, by all means buy it. If they're getting rid of it for like some weird reasons, it could be because it's not producing for them and they want to pawn it off on somebody else. So be cognizant of that. Yeah, I'd be pissed about that, Cuddle. If they list her at 1,600 grams, she's under 1,000, that's a problem. See, that's shady. Something's up with that. I'd be pissed. What was I saying? So I like to buy snakes at like 250 grams, 300 grams, well started, if they're from a reputable breeder. Right, exactly, Bushwick. If you know who you're buying from, like if I'm buying from like Ozzy, or I'm buying from like Justin, or I'm buying from like Billy, or I'm buying from like Royal Canadian Reptiles, and they're like, oh, it's a 400-gram, snake is 6 months old. I believe them. If it's some like schmuck off the street, it's like, oh, it's 600 grams, but it's only a year old. The snake could be 10 years old. Maybe it's a bad eater. They didn't take care of it correctly. So I like buying my hatchlings. I like raising them up. If you put them on a good feeding routine, I'm not even talking about power feeding with your females. You can have them ready in 2 years, not 18 months, 2 years. So I prefer to buy them a little bit younger. But if it's a case-to-case basis, because you run across a snake that's breed ready and it comes from a reputable breeder and they just became obsolete in their breeding project, why not gobble it up? I gobbled up that orange Dreamfire girl. She looks great. She'll be breeding for me next year. The guy I got it from is kind of an asshole, so I won't be doing business with him again. But that's my opinion on buying breed ready or raising them up. How many mature females am I going to have next season? So I'd be pissed. I'd be furious. Let's think. So going into this season, I just had 2 females ready, which both laid for me. 1 clutch I killed. 1 clutch is doing well. Next year, I'm going to have 9 or 10. Go through it. I'll have Big Mama again because she's already up 3,100 grams. I'm going to have the White Diamond again. She's at 700 grams already. I have a normal Spider ready to go. I have 2 pied girls, normal pied girls ready to go. I have a Pastel Enchi pied ready to go. I have a lesser Pastel girl ready to go. I'll have a Banana Enchi Pastel Butter female ready to go. Orange Dream Fire girl be ready to go. There's 2 females that might be ready to go depending on how they start putting weight on. They're about 700-800 grams, so we'll see. They might be ready. But anywhere between 8 to 10 females will be ready to go for my second season. So we'll segue back to the other question I already answered. How am I going to handle that? I'm just going to be ready equipment-wise. I'm going to have a hatchling rack good to go. I'm going to have a professional incubator. I'm going to have all my egg boxes ready to go. I'm going to have the correct equipment and not kind of just rig it up or like fuck up again where I smoke my clutch. Yeah, I mean, there's that, right? There's definitely that aspect, Skells. Like, there's the pride of knowing your snake. Like that Orange Dream Fire girl, I know nothing about her. I don't know her demeanor. I don't know how she reacts to things. I don't know if she's a good feeder. I know nothing about her. I'm telling you right now, like that one lesser pastel girl I just mentioned, she's just a lesser pastel. I've had her since she was 70 grams. I know everything about that snake. I know she's cool as could be. I know she eats like a savage. I know all these things because I raised her up. There is a certain pride in raising that snake up. All right. What's my female to male ratio right now? It's like fucking 10 to 1. I'm not going to lie. Yeah, it's fun, Juan. It's fun. I enjoy doing it, right? Like I went to work all day today. It's 9:40. I jump on here. I talk to you guys. I answer some questions. It's awesome. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. It's nice to know your females. What the hell's that? So my female to male ratio is like 10 to 1 right now. I'll tell you why. So there's 2 projects. There's 2 projects. I see TR. There's 2 projects that are ready to go right now, and I have males that are ready for them, right? So I'm getting a powerhouse male from Ozzy, my Pied project. So I have 4 females that are ready to go for him. I also have another male. I have my Orange Glow Black Pastel Trick Mojave male that's ready for like four other females. And the other snakes that account for my 10 to 1 ratio is because they're not ready to breed yet, and I don't have males for them. I'm going to purchase males for them. So I have the Clown Pied project. I got to get a Clown Pied visual male for. And I also have my 4 other clown snakes that I got to get another clown visual for. By an empty Batman. That's what I'm shooting for. So my ratio of males to females right now is 10 to 1, but that's only because I haven't purchased males for some of my projects yet. What's up, Kiss? Yeah, so Bushwick, I'm definitely going to get an ultrasound machine. I don't know when. It maybe next year. I definitely want to acquire the hatchling rack and the freshly made incubator from Sea Serpent. But I do want to get an ultrasound machine eventually So I'd like to have a 1-to-5 ratio, 1-to-4 ratio, male to female. And the reason why that is not saying I'm going to breed to all 4 or 5, but if I see 3 of my females are developing great follicles, I want to make sure I concentrate that male with those females rather than wasting that male with the other 2 females in the breeding project that aren't making follicles. So eventually in the future, I want to get the ultrasound machine just so I can know what females are actually producing follicles so I can concentrate my males with them, if that makes sense. But I'm probably going to get it. Just a matter of when. Maybe next season or season after. What's up, Docs? So, other questions we got here. Kind of covered them all. Went through them relatively quick. Only been on for 30 minutes. Went through them pretty quick. So, what's going on, everybody? Any more questions or things you want to talk about here? I filmed 3 videos recently, just to give you guys a heads up. I have 1 video already filmed that introduces my boa and my retic. Like when you walk through my front door right here, you walk in my room, there's like a 3-foot terrarium with a boa. And on the right, there is a 4-foot long terrarium with my retic. Then on the wall, there's a wood sign, "Don't tread on me" flag. So you definitely know what type of house you're walking into when you come here. So I did film the video with my boa, my retic, introducing the different species of snakes I have besides ball pythons. I have another video filmed, talks about how I reach 1,100 subscribers and 5,200 followers on Instagram. Some of the tricks that I've used, they're not bots, they're not any bullshit. It's all about consistency and stuff like that. So I made a whole video talking about how to grow social media and how to grow YouTube. Just because a lot of people, and again, I only have 5,200 followers, only have 1,100 subscribers on YouTube, but I've done it in 4 months, which I think is pretty good. No ultra mill. I don't have any ultra mill. I messed down the double hatch just to post them off for again. What double hatch, Bushwick? Oh, the ones you were showing me? Damn, they sold that fast. What heating do I use? I have an ARS rack, so I have the insulated cold, insulated heat strips in the back of my rack. What the hell was I saying? So I have the video with introducing my 2 other snakes. I have the video about social media marketing, how to build that brand, and it's really just shameless plugs and constantly in people's face, like annoying as fuck. But it is what it is. Yeah. Well, I have my snakes, I have my dog, I have my tenant downstairs. But yeah, I'm a bachelor, brother. I like to be left alone. I have my own space, right, TR? So the other video I filmed Wednesday is the unboxing video for my next puzzle girl. It's definitely of course it. But that's the problem, bro. Bushwick, if you see snakes on big time guys morph markets, they're gonna sell quickly because they have all that traffic, So be cognizant of that. If you're feeling a snake, just fucking message them and give them $100 to hold it. In worst case, you lose $100, you don't buy the snake. So yeah, I have those 3 videos coming out. Stay tuned for those videos. I have a firefly leopard, possible het clown, full het clown. Shopping for females. You guys are going fast here. Jesus, what's up, Marshall Law? I just got your sticker, by the way. I love it. Did I send a sticker to you, Marshall Law? I think I did. Let me know if I did it, guys. If you're expecting stickers from me, you didn't get one. Message me. I probably fucked up somewhere. Setho, you have a firefly leopard pied. So you have a fire pastel leopard pied male that could be possibly het clown. Is it 50% het? Like it came from a het? Is that what you're saying? I'm good. That's my plan. Hopefully I'll have t-shirts by then too. I'll give you 2 stickers. How about that? Setho, is it why is it a possible fire? Or why is it possible het clown? What's your most underrated gene? Message me if you didn't get the stickers. I'll get them out to you. Most underrated gene? Shit. Most underrated gene. I like calico. Calico and sugar. I like what it does to snake. I like how it brings the white up on the sides. So, in my opinion, so this is what I would do. It's a male, right? So you have a male that you think is pied, but you think it's het clown. What I would do is I would buy maybe a breed-ready clown female, just a single gene, breed it to him, and then if you hit one, well, black pastel I like, so 60% het pied. Let's slow down. I'm getting all fucked up here. Black pastel looks really good with coral glow that I love. So let's go back to Setho here. So you have a male that's possible het clown, but it's visual pied. If I was you, I would get a clown female, breed it together, and see if you can prove out the clown. If they produce clowns, and it's het clown, then I would get a double het clown pied female and then breed it to her. That's what I would do. That makes sense. So first step, because it's a male, prove it out. Maybe spend the money on just a regular clown female. You get them for like $1,000, $1,200, breed ready. breed that male to her. Because worst case, you're going to create double heads, right? You're going to create double head clown pieds. But if you produce visual clowns, now you know that male is head for a. Now you know that clown is 100% head. Then you can start working on that clown pied project. But worst case scenario, you're going to have double head yourself. So does that make sense? So it's visual pied. Never mind the other genes. Visual pied and it's head clown. So if you want to prove out that clown, what I would do is I would buy a clown female ready to go. If you hit visuals, then you know he's head clown. If you don't hit any visuals, now all the snakes you created are double head pied clown anyway. That makes sense. All right, time for me to go home. Have a good night. Later, brother. I just hatched out some double head clown. Double head clowns. What? Pied and clown double head. That you're saying? Yeah, I like Calico. Calico looks good. 10-4. I like that. 10-4. You on the job, Seth, though? That makes sense, though. Did I explain that right, Seth, though? Did you get that, man? Right? Because, like, if you prove out that he's clown, you're good to go. But even if you don't prove it out, you just created double heads for yourself, and you're kind of good to go in that sense. What I breed my banana male to my female spider. What would you get? You'd get banana spiders. What do you mean? I don't know what the hell that meant. Explain yourself. That's what I did. I bought a VPI exam head clown for mutation creation. Plan to pair a lesser clown, prove it out. Worst case, right? That's my view on it. If you're trying to prove something out just by the visual, if you hit it, cool. If not, you create your own heads anyway, right? When it comes, like, people are always in a rush to make these double heads, like visuals. I totally get that. I'm in a rush to produce my own clown pieds. But realistically, a double recessive snake, anything with pied, especially, right, is going to hold its value. So it takes you an extra 2 seasons to produce it. So what? You lost a couple $100 per snake. You're still producing what you like. Cool. Let me know how that works out, Seth. I'm really interested in that. Yeah, I got a couple double heads myself. I picked up that anti yellow belly double head pied clown recently. I'm growing her out. The ASFs are doing well. They're starting to stink a little bit. I got to change that bedding. It's been about 10 days. They're doing really well. With Baller's advice, I'm making sure they have clean water every day, like swapping it out twice a day, morning and night. I make sure they have clean food ready to go. I clean out the food bowl every night, twice a day, morning and at night, because they seem to defecate and piss in the water bowl and the food bowl. And once they do that, they won't eat it, and they won't get hungry. They'll eat each other because they're assholes. But they're doing well. We're doing all right. So they're getting big, man. The African sulfur is about that big right now, all 5 of them. So I'm hoping maybe they'll start breeding soon. We don't know. I'm hoping to pop that tub open one day and have some pinkies. We'll see. Oh my gosh, a friend of mine bred a pair of black pastels together. Didn't know about the issue. Really? They have like the tiny heads, right? And they have like the fucked up eyes and shit and the beaks. No issues? Cool. Nice. That's awesome. What food are you feeding them? What food am I feeding what? The African sulfurs? The hell is it called? It's a rodent food that has like 22% protein in it. Do they? That's a shame. I'm patient. They're like my little hamsters. Like I hear them squeaking at night, and I go in there and I turn the light on, and they all take off and then I hide. I enjoy that. Okay, cool. I'm definitely trying to do that. Tubs? Do you think some of your snakes tubs are too big for some of you? Do I think some of my tubs are too big for the snakes? Or do I think the snakes are too big for some of my tubs? God, you guys are going fast. To answer your question, if I think a snake is too small for the tub, like anything 200 grams or under, I will switch it out to a 6-quart tub and push it into my sea serpent rack. If the snake's like 250 grams or higher and they're in the 55-40 tubs, I will put multiple hides in there. I put a hide in the hot section and a hide in the cool section. So regardless if the snake wants to heat up or if the snake wants to cool down, I have 2 hides so they can feel secure and be adequate. Any advice or feeding tips? I reached out to MC regarding his answer not eating. His husband seems fine. I tried other binge, tank size, rats, live, frozen, leave it alone, etc. Have you tried African sulfurs? So what I used to do is when I had an issue with a snake eating, I would buy 1 African sulfur from Country Critters and make sure they put it in the box with my other live feeders. That way that the other live feeders kind of had the scent of the African sulfur. That seemed to work for me. If you're not trying to feed lots, You're not trying to feed live, definitely someone's here. You're not trying to feed live. Try feeding live; it'll work out well. I think my snakes have better reaction to that when they're feeding live. Um, but worst case scenario, if the African sulfurs don't work, if the smaller rodents don't work, the live doesn't work, you can try to feed them mice. Mice seem to be like crack for ball pythons. The only problem is if you get a snake addicted to mice, it's going to grow slowly, right? And you have to, like an adult ball python needs like what, 6, 7, maybe 8 live large mice per week to be adequate for it. But that'd be, worst case scenario if your snake starts to get a little sickly looking, starts to lose weight, maybe try mice because, a couple mice per week is better than nothing. Mealworms? So you buy the mealworms, you just throw them in with the food. Her head is a bit smaller than her siblings, no mouth to form her butt. Nice, that's good. That's awesome, Flatman. Well, the other snakes are eating perfectly fine. I have not tried. Yeah, try the African sulfurs. I never had a snake reject African sulfur unless it was in shit, like deep shit. I couldn't see shit. You also put in dirty bedding. Yeah, sometimes you clean the tubs too often, right? They get a little like fucked up. Like they tend to like the scent of their own urine. It's weird. I noticed Baker got a home invasion going on YouTube. Bro, if they do a home invasion, I just got off of work, bro. I'm still ready to go. So if I do a home invasion, you guys are gonna get a fucking show. Billy feeds live. Well, Billy feeds live, I think, because he has 2,000 snakes. And can you imagine how long it would take to thaw out 2,000 rats to feed his collection? It's probably much easier just to throw them in there. I get a better feeding response out of live also. I feel badly because rodents seem to be super intelligent. And I like animals in general. I'm a big animal guy, but Darwinism is what it is. Survival of the fittest. They eat rats. I prefer to feed frozen thawed, but I do have a better reaction when it comes to live. No home invasion. I just moved 20 rat colonies in the grow tent in the basement. Jesus. Where do you live, martial law? I think Texas or some shit, right? Texas, down south, Midwest, some shit like that. Oh, good, yeah. Flat Mountain. Send me that picture of the calendar. I love them. Later, baller. Yep, exactly. You agree with the reasoning. That's why I try to live rap for one purchase with him. But dude, how long, Philip? How long have you had the snake? Oh, North Dakota? Why the fuck did I think Texas? I don't know. I don't know. How long have you had the snake, Philip? When you purchased it from Billy? How long have you actually had it? How big is it? How old is the snake? You're a slow typer, Philip. Come on. Give it to me. But that's really it, guys. One of the things also I'm going to do is, if you notice in my video where I took the clutch from underneath Big Mama, one of the eggs rolled on me like an amateur. Yes, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. And I'm pretty sure it's going bad. It's still pretty big, but it's turning brown. I'm going to take that out of the tub, create another egg box for it, and put it separately. That way it doesn't affect my other eggs. Born about a month ago. He was born in March. All right, so he only lost 8 grams. I wouldn't be worried about that about a month ago. Well, I'll put it this way. I bought from Ozzy. I bought Orange Dream. The fuck is it? Orange Dream, Leopard, Fire, Pastel, Yellow Belly, or Asphalt, 100% het pied girl at about 400 grams. She was giving me all types of issues for the first 3 weeks to 4 weeks. She was being an absolute asshole, bro. She wouldn't eat at all. I got to eat one mouse, and that was it. I gave her a hide in the 55-40 tub. Left her alone for like 10 days. I didn't open it. I didn't miss it. I didn't change the water. And now she's back on food. So just be patient. My spider clown girl, I got her 6 weeks ago. She still hasn't eaten for me. I monitored her weight. She went from 615 to about 590. So she lost 25 grams in 6 weeks, which I get. She's not eating, but she just shed. So I'm hoping that'll happen. It could be that if he got bit a couple of times, live feed, maybe he's a little gun shy, it happens. Yeah, no, I'm with you. So my buddy Saul over at Saul's Balls, check him out on Instagram and YouTube. He bought my Coral Glow 100% het pied male for me, which I love that snake. Because I had the banana visual pied, so he's kind of obsolete for me, right? So I sold him to Saul. That snake stopped eating for me late last November and just ate again for him now, about a month ago. And only feeds live. I told him it only eats live. and he about 6, 7 months. It came off feed, only lost about 70 grams in body weight, so not that big of a deal. What TR? You're not getting a sticker. Don't worry, I've had a couple of breeder males I haven't eaten in a couple of months. Yeah, I mean that's the thing. Just look at the snake. Everyone said like ball pythons are like picky breeders. We all know that, and they come off food for a while. They start looking sickly, and you kind of get that pyramid shape to them, right? They're not round anymore. All of a sudden, like they're coming down from the spine, and it's time to worry. But they come off food. It is what it is, you know. Yeah, Philip, it is what it is, man. They're picky breeders. If you want a snake that constantly hammers food, get a retic and get a boa. I've never had that retic. I can feed that retic all day long. It'll just keep fucking eating. That snake went from 400 grams to like 1,500 grams in 6 weeks. She's an absolute monster. I love that snake. May you mail me one? Thank you. We're just gonna pick one up. Don't worry, I've got a couple of breeder males that hasn't eaten. I have some snakes all feed for 8 months, harmless. That's balls for you. Exactly. They just come off food for no reason. Yeah, just be patient. No, no issues with mold. I've had no issues with mold. I'll tell you this. I missed my tubs and my tanks twice a week, and I don't use Reptitip. I use Cocoa Blocks from Freedom Breeder, and it's about 30 days old. So I have to swap it out now. I've had no mold issues whatsoever. Not one, no mold issues, no mite issues. Now again, I don't use Reptitip. I use the Cocoa Blocks from Freedom Breeder. Zero issues with them. The only thing is you got to shake the shit out of it. If not, it makes a mess. He might be gun shy, Philip. It happens. Um, Luna, my white diamond, got bit when she first went back on food after laying her clutch. She got a solid bite on her neck over here. It healed up fine. She's good. I took care of it accordingly. She's a little gun shy at first, but now she's been striking fine. So it is what it is. Yeah, you know what's funny, Phil? I have a clown girl. I got 56 grams. She's like 140 grams now. Eats everything going in there. My killer energy blade clown female eats everything goes in there, including my hands, my face. What kind of retic? God damn it. Boas and carpets or feeding machines. Oh yeah, dude, my bow is great. I originally got her, him, whatever it is, because one of my buddy's girls couldn't keep it anymore, and he gave it to me. I was gonna get rid of it and sell it. Fell in love with the snake. I have a purple albino female, regular retic, not a dwarf. Super dwarfs are great. The only problem with super dwarfs is if you don't get it from a reputable breeder, like, yeah, here's your super dwarf female. No problem. It's only going to get 9 feet long. All of a sudden, fucking 10 years later, you got a 30-foot snake in your house. So if you're going to get a super dwarf, make sure you get it from a reputable breeder. Otherwise, you might end up with a zoo exhibit. So assisted feeding. I've never done assisted feeding with my ball pythons. I did it with my retic. For some reason, at first, my retic didn't want to eat. So what I did with my retic, I used my not pliers, my feeding tongs or whatever. And I stuck it in the mouth gently, not like an asshole. I raised it up a little bit. I pinched the corners of its mouth. Okay, and I squeezed a little bit so the mouth opened up, and I took the rodent's head. I just kind of I made sure the rodent was moist and wet. And I put it in there, and then I kind of held him there for a second, and Mother Nature took over from there. Again, I haven't ever force fed or assisted fed a ball python. I only did my retic, which has a larger head than a ball python. So I can't give you that much advice like that. But there's definitely a lot of videos on YouTube on how to assist feed. Only did it on my retic, bigger head, but that's how I did it. Yeah, some of the head patterns are great. Look at my new clown girl. She has like an axe on her head. She's badass. Actually, I have a little white spot every once in a while. Maybe it might be too high. Yeah, I mean, I have a gauge in my reptile room that has the temperature and the humidity. Just be cognizant. Listen, if you see a little mold growing, take it out, right? Grab the hand shit, throw it out. Maybe it's a little too moist. Maybe your temperature is set too high on your heat tape or your heat panels. Could be that too. Who's this TR person? Someone kick him out of the group. Gotcha, I got a little white spot. Oh, God. No, relation issue to the assist feeding, especially you take the head of the rat pusher. Right. That's exactly what I did with my retic. Held the mouth open a little bit, shoved it in there, and let it rip, and Mother Nature took over from there. Now I can literally do a frozen thaw large rat, hold it in the tank, and she'll come out of her hide and she'll do her thing. She takes it like that. Yeah, you just gotta kind of what he's saying is once you get the head of the rat or the pup or the mouse into your ball python's mouth, you gotta slowly just move it down a little bit. So slowly just help it like move. Logan, that's a really, really good friend of mine. Real good. Wait, I fucked up. Just push it right down slowly. Give them. What's up from KY? Yo, what's up, KY? KY. Full clean in every shed. Yeah, so I will say this. I kept my snakes on paper towels. I kept them on unprinted newspaper. And I always had partial sheds where I had to soak them. Every shed I've had in my ARS rack with the Freedom Cocoa Blocks from Freedom Breeder with me misting twice a week. Now, when I notice my snakes going in blue, I'll mist them also. I've had full sheds of every single one of my snakes every time they've shed in the ARS rack with the Cocoa Blocks. No half-ass sheds. That being said, with my retic over here in the terrarium, also on the Cocoa Blocks from Freedom Breeder, I missed that. She was getting stuck in shed once, if you guys remember that. I missed this shit out of her tank, and I do that consistently now with my ball pythons, and her last shed was almost complete, which is really good, I feel like, for a retic that's about 5 feet long. So Cocoa Blocks from Freedom Breeder is the only substrate I'm going to use from now on. Everything from humidity humidity levels to shed to everything, hands down Cocoa Blocks. Yeah, I mean, again, like I said, I don't have too much experience when it comes to assisted feeding, only with my retic, but it is a larger head. But everything they're telling you in the comments is everything I've done research on. Everything I've seen is about the same. So any more questions, guys? What do you guys want to talk about? I'm running out of beer. So my friend, what the hell was that? Time. Oh boy, my gamer channel is going off. If Joey Bats is in here right now, he was coming over to pick up my old rack and a snake, and he's, you want any beer bake? I said, hell yeah, give me some Montauk. And he showed up with some fucking hard seltzer Montauk. I don't even know what this is. Black cherry hard seltzer Montauk. He's Italian. You can't trust these Italians. Oh, so what was your opinion on Cocoa Block versus Reptitip chip? Everyone says it's the same shit. I mean, I haven't used Reptitip at all, so I prefer the Cocoa Block because I haven't used the other one. I've done this thing twice, I believe. Yeah, I wanted to breed eventually and figure best start headaches. Yeah, I like Cocoa Blocks. It's relatively cheap too, right? $125 shipped to your door for 5 blocks. So if you have an ARS rack with the 5540 tubs, I've noticed one block will do roughly 2 levels. So 2 levels is 4 of those tubs. Depending on how I do about 2.5 inches thick of the substrate, and one block will do 7 to 8 tubs. Just for you want to see the retic? I'll grab the retic. If it pisses on me, I'm gonna be pissed. Oh boy, she's trying to bite me already. Yeah, shovel check. All right. So here's my retic. She's this is Lilith, named after the first female demon. If you have a retic, you know exactly why she's named that. Cocoa Block is very chunky for me. I like the chunks though. It does leave indents on the snake. I have noticed that. Well, yeah, she's an. You know, I love this snake. This is like my pet. This is like my show off. She's relatively calm. There's some times where I open up that terrarium and she wants to bite me right away, but for the most part, she's pretty cool now. She was a hatchling. She struck me all the time. I do try to handle her as much as I can, just because, you know, when she's 25 feet long and weighs 200 pounds, I don't want to get tagged. I don't want to get bit. But here she is. She's constantly moving, but she's cool as shit. Look, for a retic, she's relatively calm, right? I can hold her head, and she'll just pull her way out of it. But here's my retic, guys. Coco. So let me. I did a video using both Coco and Two. Honestly, it depends on your own opinion. They both have their pros and cons. Yeah, I mean, I've never used Coco. Rep the chip. Only the Coco blocks. So gotta be careful though. She might still take me. I'm doing well, Ryan. What's up? Yo, she's awesome. I don't know. It's hard to really do her justice. She's a purple albino. If you go to my Instagram channel, blue_line_morphs, she's on there. You can really see her, but she's put on some serious weight. Everyone said the retics gain weight really quickly, and she was like a slow starter. I think maybe I was just feeding her meals that weren't big enough because I was talking to the breeder I got her from. I was like, oh, I fed her this. He's like, bro, it's not a ball python. That retic is a female retic. It is not a ball python. You can feed it much larger meals. So I started feeding it large to large jumbo rats. She's been hammering them once a week. And like I said, she went from 400 grams to like 1,600 grams. I told you she got big. 400 grams. Tell me stop, honey. 400 grams to about 1,500, 1,600 grams in like 6 weeks. She's getting fucking huge. She's cool as shit. All my snakes is 100% my friend. I like that, Philip. We use Repton Tip because the yeah, I mean, if it works for you, it works for you. My understanding is exactly what he said up there is the Cocoa block has the bigger chunks in it opposed to Repton Chip has a smaller block. Honey, you can't throw your toy at me. Yeah, get out of here. Here's my retake, guys. Derek at D-Rassic Reptiles or D-Rassic Retics. He's over there in Mawa, Jersey. If you're really interested in the retics, I definitely recommend checking him out. He's got some serious shit. Message me on Instagram, blue_line_morphs. I'll say it a million times. And I'll direct you towards him. Absolute gentleman, cool as shit. That's where I got her from. So now I'm a little nervous. I fed my other snakes before. I'm hoping my hand doesn't smell like a rat, but we're good. Look, that's pretty good for a retic, right? I mean, she's pretty calm. Right? That's not bad, I feel like. Don't bite me. That's my girl, though. I can't wait until, like, my goal ultimately is to pay off this house and get another house and have a basement. And my basement's going to be like my snake warehouse, my snake business. I want to give her, like, a full, like, you ever see, like, Brian Barczyk's channel? I want to give her, like something like, what is this snake called? Lily or some shit? Whatever the snake's called. I want a big, like a zoo exhibit in my house. That's my goal for her. Ryan, I'm not in New York. Any more questions, guys? I'll put her away before I get fucking tagged. I know. Lucy, that's it. Lucy. Yep, Lucy. It's a big retic Lucy. Well, you'll see, right? How cool would that be? You go downstairs, do a ball python breeding like business / hobby, and also in the corner there's like a 10 by 10 like glass aquarium with a full size female retic in it. Right? How nice are they? That's my goal. I want that in my basement. I want to be like hanging out, drinking beer, smoking a cigar with my buddy, like a big screen TV, like my ball python racks behind me, and have this thing full size back there. I might try to breed retics eventually, just because I like them. And like as you guys know, the morphs with the retics are slowly taking off like the ball pythons. You get there's more and more morphs now. This is the problem with holding a retic, guys. It's not like my the ball python. Ball python, I put it around my neck, it'll hang out. This retic will never stop. I just got to keep watching her tail. So her tail will start getting thick and mean she's about to shit on me. Yeah, how cool is that? That giant. See, I heard anacondas stink. That's the only reason why I'm not interested in getting one. But here's my retic. This is Lilith, my purple albino. This is my girl right here. Like that's not bad, right? For a retic, look. She don't care. Look, she don't give a shit. Have you looked into super dwarf retics? You know what? Here's the thing. Here's my opinion. If you watch my video where I introduce her and my boa, I talk about why I chose a female. If you're gonna get a retic, now I understand people like the look of retics. You like the pattern and the heads are different than ball pythons, etc., etc. So maybe you don't want one that's gonna be full size. So I totally understand that thought process. But to me, if I'm making the decision to get a retic, you might as well go. If you're going to go, you might as well go, right? If you're going to be a bear, you might as well be a grizzly. So in my opinion, I wanted a retic, so I got a female that has an attitude, right? We get the biggest one. If I can handle her, who's got a little bit of an attitude sometimes, at her full size, I'm pretty much good to go. I like. You're right, Phil. I like him a lot too. He's hilarious. Oh, he's awesome. He works for him. Doesn't he work for Brian? And the other thing about super dwarfs too is you got to be careful who you're getting that super dwarf from, because you might get a guy that sells you a super dwarf for like a couple thousand, and all of a sudden 7 years goes by and you got a 25-foot normal retic. See the problem. See my opinion. Like, all right, the reason why I chose a retic over a Burmese is everyone told me Burmese pythons are a little more finicky, and they're kind of like giant ball pythons in the sense that they're like giant dogs. If you bite me, I swear to God. Retics, they're just kind of like assholes, I guess. And I kind of like that. I kind of like that, like they're unpredictable and they're yeah. I kind of like the fact they're assholes, like big giant douchebags. I like that. This is what it is. All right, what's up, reptile dysfunction? When you going? Aren't you going live soon? Uh, but all right, guys. Is there any more questions? I'm gonna jump in the shower, change all the water on all my ball pythons, check on my snakes to make sure they ate the rats. I didn't leave them in there live. They ate them. They killed them, and then I let them be. Yes, yes, Phil. I hate the fact that retics rubbed. Well, you know what's funny? When I first got her, she rubbed her head to the point where the top of her head had a white mark, almost like a scar. But if you look, you kind of see it a little bit now, right there. Not fucking moving. You can kind of. She's gonna. Oh, I'm trying to show you something. She's gonna get pissed. You can see it right there, kind of a white mark right there. She had a big rub mark, but she stopped doing it. I think they do that because the enclosure is not big enough and they're stressed. Right now, she's not that big, right? She's only a yearling, under a yearling, maybe 9 months old, and she's in a relatively big terrarium. So I feel like if you have them in an adequate area and don't keep these snakes in like a vision tank or keep them in a small enclosure, you're not going to have that problem of rubbing. Yeah. So, Philip, I feel like you're exactly right. Look at a Burmese like a giant ball python. Even the way they act like a giant ball python, a retic has a much more sinister face and a much. What the fuck, my? What are you drunk, Tr? They have a much more sinister face. They have more of that viper feel to them. You're absolutely right. Like my father's terrified of them. Always for the tough guys. Snakes are so misunderstood, guys. Like if you're in here, you know you love snakes as much as I do. They're so misunderstood. This is the longest snake in the world, roughly the biggest snake in the world. Right there with the anaconda. And I know she's not big, but I'm just chilling with her and she's hanging out. Well, here's the question, Ryan. Where does he keep them? I hate to say it, ball pythons will hang out all day in a tub, rack system. Some people put them in small tubs or racks, and I feel like a retic doesn't want to be in there. Yo, what's up, brother? Wagwan, brother. Everything out here. Yeah, that's weird. Maybe they need more enrichment. Maybe more like shifting the climb on or just to take them out more. I try to take Lilith out as much as I can. Like I said to you guys before, I don't want her to be 25 feet and 200 pounds and be an asshole. I want her to be used to being held. They can, right. So there's actually a video on Jay's Prehistoric Reptiles, that guy. He talked about the anaconda versus the retic, and he said though the anacondas are, they're hefty snakes, they're hefty and thick throughout their entire life. Retics get long, then get thick, but when you compare an adult to an adult, the retic is longer and just as thick as an anaconda. So I guess you say the retics are the biggest snake in the world. What's going on, Rob? Miss you, bud. Miss you, bud. Rob, we got to figure out how to do these lives where you can be here too. That way we can talk and argue 800 miles away. See, that's the issue I'm running into now too. When I only had 10 ball pythons, I took them out almost every day for like 10 minutes apart just to spend time with them, have them used to handling. Now that I got 20 plus, I don't do that as often. So with that being said, when I open up some of these tubs, they're trying to bite me. Anaconda believer at 20 feet, but retics grow. Correct. Yes, but anacondas are a much heavier, sturdier snake. But when the retic gets full size, they fill out to just as big, or roughly as big. But here she is, Rob. How big did she get, Rob? Look at the size of this girl now. Far cry from you first year. She's so fucking cool, man. I love this snake. But any more questions, guys? Been on here for an hour now. Another solid live session. I'm going to keep doing these live sessions, answering the questions on Instagram. as long as work permits. Whoa. Later, Flat Mountain. Yo, you sent me those pictures, right, Flat Mountain? I want to check them out. But overall, guys, listen, I greatly appreciate you guys tuning in. We're up like 35 people at one point. I'm going to keep doing these once a week. I try to. I really enjoy it. I try to get my things every day. No questions for me. Thanks for coming live. No problem. No, you can't go live. You got that ghetto internet. Got that Obama internet. What up? You should get bigger though. So I want to ask Rob questions, but he's got that ghetto internet, so it's gonna take him 3 hours to respond. But listen, guys, I appreciate you tuning in. I appreciate all the support I'm getting. We're over 1,100, or closing 1,100 subscribers. We're like 5,200 followers on Instagram, guys. Listen, I greatly appreciate it, man. We're closing on getting monetized. We're going to keep this thing going. Stay tuned for that giveaway for that pastel mail. I'm going to organize that shortly. I got 3 more videos coming up for you. One video explains how I got her. One video explains the boa. Another video is another unboxing video. And the other video is how I grew my Instagram and my YouTube so quickly. Some of the things I did on a daily basis. My balls are that big. Okay. Oh, definitely. Let me know. I love watching the cuttings. It's like exciting, right? It's like opening a Christmas present. You have no idea what you're getting. Right? Yeah. If you don't trust the person you're getting a super dwarf from, they're just gonna sell you a regular retic and you're shit out of luck. No, it's not a banana. This is it's yellow, yes. It's actually it's a purple albino. So it's a retic. They don't really have bananas, as far as I know, in retics. But I know she looks super yellow here, and she is super yellow, but she actually is like purple and white. You go to my Instagram channel, you can really see pictures of her, but she's a purple albino retic, not a banana. Damn, Rob. That sucks, Rob. But all right, guys, listen. I appreciate it. Thanks for tuning in. We'll do it again next week. Don't bite me. Overall, I love banana. I love bananas myself. Really nice. Can't wait. You always help me out. No, I love helping people out, man. That's why. That's why I made this channel. That's why the main reason why I made the YouTube channel, guys, is I saw a lot of people with big time creators YouTube channels, and it's really difficult to associate with them. Or, listen, you look at these guys like, holy fuck, they have 200 snakes behind them, 2,000 snakes behind them. And although they're great guys, they're super passionate, and they're always willing to answer, it's also a little intimidating, right? So I literally started sitting on my couch right there with a sea serpent tub, five tub sea serpent rack. Now we exploded to the next room. I'm building. I'm trying to go. So that was the point of my channel, was just to show like the poor man, the working man's channel of breeding ball pythons from start to finish. Well, from start all the way up as far as I can take it. So I love talking to you guys. I love trying to help you out as much as I can. Now keep in mind, I'm a beginner myself, man. I'm fucking up. I killed my first clutch. So keep that in mind. I help you guys out as much as I can. I'm sure you guys will help me out also. But as always, guys, listen, I'm going to go to bed now. That's not true. I'm going to eat, watch some TV, then go to bed. Listen, as always, guys, I greatly appreciate it. Always, especially now, watch a 6. Have a good night, guys.